Still like last year, this just performs exceedingly well. Well, hello everyone and welcome. My name is Daniel, and today I'm gonna talk a little about some of these some of these microspey rods. Basically what these are very short, very light two-handed rods that are perfectly suited for a lot of different things. In the US they use these a lot for casting streamers, for big brown trout and stuff. But here in Denmark and other places, more and more people have taken these rods to heart to fish for something like we're doing today, the coastal sea trout fishing, or big rivers with the streamers, or lakes and stuff. So basically, what this is a fairly short two-handed rod in a light FGM class. So today I'm fishing with an 11 feet forward weight, which casts around 18 grams or so. And basically the idea here is to have a rod that is, of course, fished in the two-handed style. And on this I have a scattered head, so a very short head. This gives a lot of opportunities and a lot of new ways of actually fishing. A full day of fishing on the coastline like we're doing today, because basically you can cast quite far with a minimum of effort, and also if you have problems with your back or anything like that, then this is a far easier way to doing things. So in general, these rods have been highly popular since all the bigger brands started to produce a lot of these. There are new rods out from Loomis, from Winston, from Sage as well, from TFO, and all the major brands are doing some variations of these microspey, these light two-handed rods, and they are just an absolute blast to fish. They're easy to cast and easy to cast really far, even in fairly windy conditions, and they're also a thrill to fight fish on, because basically you have a fairly long rod, then you'll have a lot of bend. So for smaller rivers, for coastal fishing in a fjord like this, or even the open coast, or for big streamer fishing, then these microspey rods or small switch rods are truly amazing and so fun. So I urge you to try one out if you have a friend or someone who has one of these, or basically go buy one, because there's a lot of fun here. It's easy to negotiate, it's very easy to learn, and it's just a thrill to be out casting these. Now we're gonna go to the shore and talk a bit more about some of the new models that are out, that has been released. Yeah, try them out. Since this microspey, since all the bigger companies started producing all these microspey rods, there's been a lot of talk about a lot of different rods, and just this fall or just this summer, there's been released quite a lot of new rods that are really awesome. The first one I want to show you is this one. This is the TFO Pro 3, the new Pro rod from TFO. This is a fairly slow, medium fast rod that is, I would characterize this as a really good entry rod. So if you haven't tried this out and you do not want to spend too much money on this, then this is an awesome bet. It's a good way of getting into this to get started, because this rod casts very easily. It's easy to cast maybe 20-25 meters with this rod, but what this does not have as the others, as you progress in price, is this does not have as much power or as much potency as the others. So this is easy to learn the technique with, but it's not gonna get you as far as something like, for instance, this one. This one is the one I mentioned before, the G-Loomis IMX Pro, 11.1 feet 4-weight. It's available in a 3-weight and a 2-weight as well. Those have not been released yet, so I don't have those in this second this video is released. But of course I'm gonna get them through the season. So if you watch this along the line, then of course go check out and see if we've gotten some. This is a faster rod compared to the TFO. It's also it's built with a bit more with a bit better parts, a better cork handle and stuff. And this has more potential. This has more power, and it's still a fairly easy rod to learn the style and the technique with. But it's also a bit more expensive than the Pro 2, of course. But it's not nearly as expensive as the Sage ones or as the Winston ones. So if you want to try something out, you want something that has quite a lot of power and a lot of potency, then the IMX Pro is a really strong bet. I'm really happy about this one. It's such a thrill to just go and cast all day. Otherwise, just now, Winston has launched a new microspey rod in their Air 2 series, which means that the old Baron microspey, which is one of the Winston rods that we've sold the most of at Nordic Anglers, is just now marked down with 30%. So we have those as long as stock lasts. We have some 4-weights and some 3-weights, and they are really awesome. I had one of those myself. I have sold mine now used because basically it's discontinued, but they were really cool, and they are again the further upgrade from this one when it comes to both to parts, of course, because Winston's finish is just the best out there, but also when it comes to lightness of blank, and it also has a bit more oomph and is a bit faster. So those are marked down by 30% just now, and of course we have the new Air 2 microspey as well. We of course also have the new Winston Air 2 microspey, and the reason why I don't have one to show you here on the water is basically they have been so insanely popular. They're very recent that we've sold them out. All the initial big order we had for those have basically just been stripped off the shelf really fast. So we are getting more in, of course, as soon as possible. So by the time you probably watch this video, perhaps we'll have both the 2-weight and the 4-weight in stock again as well. Those are really just the level of craftsmanship and stuff on the Winston is amazing, and of course the blanks are just truly light, powerful, and slim, and just a thrill to cast. So check those out as well. Well, basically to sum up, the really nice, fairly cheap or inexpensive Pro 3 is a good entry-level rod, but it has some limitations compared to the other ones. The Loomis is a really strong bet for those of you who want to do this and to get as much power as possible for your money's worth. Otherwise, we have a few left on sale of the old Winston microspey, and the new Winston Air microspey is in stock, most of the models. So check this out, try this out. Try one if you have a friend that has one, or otherwise basically be the first of your friends to have one of these, because these babies are badass and really just an amazing amount of fun to cast and fish.